One thing that we need to talk about today is you and your email list. Maybe you're just like got really nervous. You're like, oh, that doesn't exist for me. Or I haven't even thought about my email. Or I have an email list, but it's pretty stagnant and I haven't paid attention to it. Well, if that is you or you fit into one of those categories, don't worry, because today we are going to talk about why every podcaster and content creator needs an email list and how you can get started really easily using ConvertKit. So ConvertKit recently launched a 10,000 subscriber plan. Yes, I said 10,000, 10K subscriber plan for free. Yes, 100% for free. And we are going to dive into why that matters to you. We're going to talk about what the plan is, some of the key features that you're going to see, and some of the benefits for creators. We're also going to dive into the challenges that the newsletter plan addresses. So you're definitely going to want to pay attention to that. Then we're going to walk through how this newsletter plan blows the competition out of the water. So if you're trying to decide which platform is going to work best for you and your content business, then stick around for that. And then last but not least, we're actually going to walk through a quick example of how to get started with the newsletter plan. So let's get right to it. Hello and welcome to the channel. Today, I am Crystal Profit. I am your podcast coach and content strategist. And today, we are talking about why email lists matter for your content business, specifically for podcasters, because I see so many of you that you're thinking about email as like an afterthought and not a core strategy in your marketing funnel or as part of your business. And I want that to change because email can just be so stinking powerful in your business. It's where so much of my revenue comes from. You know, I have a podcast, I have a YouTube channel, I have like all these different channels, and my email list is the thing that consistently brings in the money in my business. And we'll walk through that and why it's important. But first, we have to talk about today's sponsors. So I want to say a big shout out and thank you to ConvertKit, soon to be Kit, which is sponsoring today's video. You can check them out at crystalprofit.com/ConvertKit. I am a proud affiliate and partner with them. But really, I want to dive into why does this matter? Again, we've already talked about like email list. I'm a huge fan of it. I think everyone should have an email list, but one thing that I want to dive into first, like what is this 10K, 10,000 subscriber newsletter plan that I teased a little bit in the beginning? So in order to do that, I'm going to go to the computer and show you some of the things that ConvertKit really highlights in this specific plan. So let's head on to the computer. So once you get to the ConvertKit main page, you can go to pricing. And once you get there, you're going to see that there's pricing plans for all creators, for creators focused on audience growth, business growth, and scale. And whenever I talk to podcasters and content creators that are trying to grow their show, they're trying to get a bigger audience for their YouTube channel or their audio only podcast, the thing that I say is like, well, how are you reaching your people? Like, how are you getting direct feedback to make content better or, you know, understand the type of content that your audience wants from you? And I usually get like a deer in headlights, like, oh, I'm not doing that. I don't have this like direct line of communication unless it's on social media or it's on YouTube and it's in the comments. Like it's not really like a well thought out plan. And that's where I think a newsletter could come into the works and really help you, because then you can have that routine communication, whether you're just sending out an email that says, hey, there's a brand new podcast episode today, or you're sending, you know, a weekly kind of a roundup of all the content you created. You could include your podcast, your YouTube, like all the things that you're creating, all the amazing things that you're doing in your business or want to do in your business one day. But I believe that a newsletter is a great place to get started. And like I said earlier, you can do this for 10K subscribers for free with ConvertKit. So very cool. You can actually like go over here and toggle like, ooh, how much is it going to be whenever, you know, I have 500,000 people? But I think it's pretty cool to just start with like 10,000, like, right? Let's take baby steps on what this could look like. Do you see how this still says 0 0 like free 50 free every single month, so it's awesome how this is an option. So I'm going to actually walk through how to set it up later in the video, but I want to go down to some of these features because these are things that you would pay top dollar for on other platforms, but ConvertKit is trying to show you how easy email can be and just how impactful it can be for your business. And you don't have to have 10,000 subscribers to make that true, but I think that having that flexibility, because it is a lower barrier to entry, right? Like it will give you, like I'm already getting ahead of myself and talking about the benefits of creators, but this is the second point I need to make is like, what is the plan? I'm showing you what the plan is. What are the benefits? Well, the benefits are right here, like the writing's on the wall. You get unlimited landing pages, which means that you are able to create landing pages where you collect email addresses. Like you could do this essentially before you even have a website. Like you just have a place where you are sending people to, sign up for a wait list that you're going to launch your podcast pretty soon. Or, oh, cool, you already launched your podcast. Now this is the place where you can say, hey, make sure you drop your name and your email, and I'll email you every Tuesday when a new episode drops, or every Friday when I put out a new video, or I'm just going to tell funny stories in my newsletter that you won't see anywhere else in my content, which is what I do actually with Content Therapy. This is my weekly newsletter that comes out every single Friday. And that's what I do is it's basically a love letter to my audience, telling them all the fun things that have happened around Profit Media for the week, plus a bunch of stories that I don't share anywhere else. You won't typically find these on social media. You won't find them, in my podcast or my YouTube channel. I'm saving those nuggets of wisdom or those tough love talks or just some motivational pep talks for my newsletter audience. So just let you know, you got to have somewhere to make that happen and collect those email addresses. So that's where landing pages comes in. Now, the next one is unlimited opt-in forms. So what is an opt-in form? How is that different than a landing page? Well, an opt-in form is a place on your website where maybe you have your own website, you have a landing page. Now you want to drop in an opt-in form that goes in with the aesthetic of what you're doing. I actually have this on the bottom of my webpage. So if you go to crystalprofit.com, just go to the homepage, go all the way to the bottom, and you'll find in the footer, it says like, if you want updates, put your name and your email address in the box and you'll get weekly updates. So if you do want to have a more custom brand feel for your website, but you also want to collect email addresses, you can do that here with the unlimited opt-in forms. Unlimited email broadcasts. You're not limited on how many emails you can send to your list. Audience tagging and segmentation. So tagging and segmentation is key. It is so key. It's critical to how you send emails, but also function behind the scenes for the things that you're sending out. So I'll give you a great example. I could be right in the middle of a launch and I want to send specific emails to people that might be interested in signing up for my program. I have a digital course. It's called Profit Podcasting. It's for people that want to start, launch, and market a podcast in 30 days or less. Well, I don't want to send that email to people that are already a part of my program. They've already bought it. They've already signed up. We want them to not be included. So I can tag those specific buyers already and say, hey, when we send out another promotional email, let's not include them. Or if you're not selling anything yet, but maybe you have a podcast that goes out and you have YouTube videos, you could segment people from the very beginning of when they get into your list if they just want to get emails about your podcast, or they just want to get emails about your YouTube channel, or they want to get all of your emails, right? They feel all the love. They're like, yes, send me all the things. I want to hear from you all the time. Then you can do that with your tagging and your segmentation. But you can also sell digital products. Like, how crazy is that? Like, this is so wild that ConvertKit is giving you the ability to sell and make money on their platform before you ever have to pay them. That's pretty awesome, right? Being able to make money on a platform for free before you ever even start paying them. So this is a really big deal that you can sell your digital products through ConvertKit, and you can actually make money with your newsletter. You can also run paid newsletters and subscriptions. So Nathan Barry, the founder of ConvertKit, like he does this. He has a paid newsletter, and we'll link to it in the description, but he has it set up on an automation where you can sign up for his newsletters and you can, pay for the subscription model that he has. And then you immediately start getting emails from him. So he's making money on his newsletter. And then there's other people out there. There's so many examples of people that have turned a newsletter that is free into something that's paid on the back end. So maybe you could give a Friday newsletter, like that's your free newsletter. It goes to everybody. But then maybe you want to share something that's a little bit more intimate or specific to a certain type of person in your audience. And you're like, man, I have this great knowledge that I want to share. And not everyone in my audience is going to love it, but maybe some people will. I'm going to put that behind a paywall and see what happens. Like, this is what I love about this. You could do $5 a month, right? It doesn't have to be something that's like, it's going to be $5,000 for me to get all of my knowledge. No, it could be $5 a month. You could create a paid newsletter and see what happens. I think that that's a really cool thing to experiment with as you grow your newsletter. All right, the next one is you can have the newsletter feed and a website, which is really fun, especially for those of you that are like, I don't have a website yet. Well, you can see what that looks like with the ConvertKit options, but also the free recommendations. So this is something that's required on this plan. So you get recommended, or people get recommended once they join your list on other people in the Creator Network, which is super fun. I love talking about the Creator Network. You can actually go check out this video here on what it is, how it works, and we're going to link to it in the description. But the other one is 24/7 support. So I cannot stress enough how important customer support is to me as a consumer of so many different products. Like, I use so many pieces of technology, and it's so important in all the companies that I use that I can talk to a real person when I need to, right? Like, ConvertKit has a ton of videos and resources and documents and tutorials on how to use their product, but also you can talk to a real person whenever you need support. So this is super important. And I think that these are just like barely scratching the surface on all the capabilities that you can have with ConvertKit. But this is pretty fantastic to just be starting your email list and you're starting to grow, you're starting to get some traction. You can absolutely get so much from the newsletter plan up to 10,000 subscribers. Okay, we kind of touched on a few of these, but I really want to drive them home because, I got super excited about all the features. And then I was like, wait, let's step back a second because I wanted to talk about some of the key benefits for podcasters and content creators. And I have them just listed out and we're just going to walk through these one by one. The first one is growing without the financial worry of having to pay for yet another piece of software. I get this. You get this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start creating content, you starting your podcast, you're starting your YouTube channel, you're bootstrapping it. And you're like, I don't even know if this idea that I had to start this piece of content is going to take off or be the thing that I want it to be. So I don't know if this is going to work for me. I don't want to pay for another app. Well, the 10,000 subscriber newsletter plan can absolutely fill in that gap for you and help you really focus on the things where you need to invest in your business. And then whenever you have that traction, that momentum with your email list, you have the support that you need. So this is one thing I love about it. And you're able to monetize right out of the gate. We already talked about, you can have your subscription newsletters where you have a paid option for people to subscribe, but also you can sell your digital products right within the ConvertKit app. One of the other things is you can automate things to save time. So we didn't even really touch on this, but automations are another key that you can have. So people go to your landing page or they go to that opt-in form where you have them sign up, they could automatically get thrown into a welcome sequence where you introduce yourself. Maybe you tell them about your podcast or you tell them about your YouTube channel and you have this soft launch introduction of who you are, what you're all about, maybe your opening message, and a great way to just really start that relationship right with your audience. And you can do that on this 10,000 subscriber newsletter plan. The other one is boosting your discoverability. So what's really cool about this is it also gives you a way to help you grow your audience faster. So we already mentioned the ConvertKit Creator Network, but I want you to really go watch that video because you can see how I've actually grown my email list just being a part of the Creator Network and having that access to grow alongside other people that are sending awesome emails and they know how important growing an email list is. So I think that those are just some of the other key benefits and features for podcasters specifically, but also other types of content creators. Now, we got to move on to the challenges that you're facing today that the newsletter plan addresses. And the first one is, and we talked about this, is that barrier to entry. You're like, gosh, it's like one more thing that I have to buy. It's one more thing I have to sign up for. Well, you don't have any excuses. ConvertKit literally stripped them away from you. You don't have the excuse of saying like, oh, it's another app. It's another $50 a month, or it's another, a few $100s a year. It's like, no, go ahead. Try it out. Like, just do it. Do it up to 10,000 subscribers. Like at 10,000 subscribers, like that's a lot, y'all. It's not like it's, 5 people that could be on your list. Like 10,000 subscribers is a lot of people, and you have that flexibility to grow your list and really have that engagement and start nurturing those relationships really early on as you continue to grow your content, grow your audience, and grow your email list all at the same time. Now, the next one is just time management and being able to manage your time more efficiently. We already talked about automations. Like you don't have to worry about someone joining your email list and thinking like, oh, are they going to be welcomed okay? Are they going to be like shown in and shown like, oh, this is where you go get snacks? Always think about like a house party, right? Like when you welcome someone in, you want them to show like, oh, look, this place, it's beautiful, right? Like here are the snacks. Here's the restroom. Here's where you can go mingle. Here's where you can meet other people. Or there's over there, you can be a wallflower and like not talk to anybody and not engage. This is where my husband is. He's like, I just want to like hang out. Maybe I'll be by the snacks, or maybe I'll go outside and check out the garden because we're into gardening. That's who we are. But I just think that it's so cool that you can welcome them with open arms and really help them navigate your content and other parts of your business. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Maybe you're like, well, Crystal, there's already other platforms out there that I could do this with. Like, why do I need to sign up for ConvertKit, and why can't I just do a Substack? Well, I think Substack is great. I think like I'm subscribed to people's Substacks and I think that they're awesome, but I do think that there is a limitation to how much you can do as a creator, but also what your audience can do as a participant. Like I think it's limited, the functionality, just you don't have as much flexibility and as much room, like the distribution. Like, I mean, I could go on and on about all those things, but what I really want to focus on is how the newsletter platform within ConvertKit was set up to be just that, to be an actual newsletter and send directly to your people, and you're not reliant on another platform. You have access to send your people an email anytime you want, and I think that that's a cool thing. But some of the other things that I see too with other email platforms, like email service providers, is specifically that they don't focus on creators. Like, can we just say thank you so much to ConvertKit for putting that stake in the ground and saying we are for creators by creators? Because whenever I look at other email like I've been using ConvertKit since 2018. Like it has been a long time, right? It has been a long time. I have been like seeing so many iterations and the cool ways that they've been updating their platform and their user experience, and it just keeps getting better and better. But the one thing that really differentiates them from other email service providers is they understand what I'm trying to do in my business. They know that I'm trying to segment people. They know that I'm trying to tag people. They know that I want to have the option to set up rules and automations and have multiple landing pages. I don't just need one. I need to have multiple ones for the different goals that I'm trying to reach in my business. And they get that. They understand it. They're not trying to create something that's also for enterprise customers and people that want to send to like 10 bajillion people, and they're like organization announcements and all these other like boring things that you're just like, no, I don't care about that. I don't care about those things. I want to send a newsletter to my people, and I want it to be fun. I want it to be interesting. I want to have beautiful templates. Like this is another thing. If you have not watched our video on the email template marketplace, make sure you go check that out. Because if you're like, I don't know how to design this thing, I don't even know like what this is supposed to look like, watch that video, because there are free and paid options for you to have beautifully designed email templates. But enough about the competition, because now let's talk about how to get started. Like, how does this actually work, signing up for a plan? So let's go back to the computer and I'm going to walk you through step by step. Okay, so we're back on this page again. And because I know that I want to do the newsletter plan, I'm going to click sign up for free. Then I'm going to put in my name and my email address. I'm going to come up with a password. Then I have read the policies. I'm going to click get started. Okay, so now that we are in here, it says, welcome to ConvertKit. Let's get you set up. Do you already use a newsletter, email marketing tool in your business? I'm going to say no. I'm going to pretend like I'm just getting started. Nope, I'm just starting out. What is your audience size? I am just going to say, well, you know, on Instagram, I have like a few hundred, and then on YouTube and everything, we're just going to say between 1,000 and 5,000 folks. You could pick whichever one works for you. Then it's going to go in through like, tell me about yourself. So you're going to keep going through all of these. So if you have a website, put it there. What's your business name? You're going to set up a custom domain, which I think is really cool that you can have, you know, if I wanted to do profitmedia.ck.page, this could be your URL without having to have a website, which is pretty cool, right? So I'm going to click continue. What kind of creator are you? I'm going to say that I'm a podcaster, and I'm going to click next. What topics do you cover? Business and entrepreneurship, news and politics. No, we're not going to do that. Writing and storytelling. And then let me see, lifestyle. Okay, I'm going to do that. Then it's going to tell me, okay, here's your profile. You could upload your picture. I'll do that later. Okay, it says you don't want a photo. No, thanks. Okay, cool. What's your bio? You can add in your bio. So that's going to be added. Great. We'll click continue. And we're here. Like, we're done. That was less than 5 minutes for me to get started in setting up my free account. So it just goes to show you that these things that we think are going to be big and complex and maybe a little scary to get started, they're not that complicated. Like, you just saw it. Like, I've given you the whole spiel on why I believe that everyone that is creating content should have an email list. If you are just creating on Instagram right now, or you just have your YouTube channel, or you're just starting your podcast and you have not thought about email, now is the time. Like, it's not too late to get started. You can get started today by going to crystalprofit.com/ConvertKit and sign up for that 10,000 subscriber plan. It is so simple to get started. You just saw it. And if you have any questions, like, don't hesitate to reach out. Drop your questions and comments in the chat below. I would love to hear from you and pass you off to the ConvertKit team, because they are waiting to hear from you. They love talking to creators. They understand creators. Remember we talked about that earlier? They are themselves podcasters, YouTubers. They are bloggers. They are writing content. They're creating content. So they know exactly what you are looking for when it comes to your content marketing needs. And that is why I continue to use them. So thank you again so much, ConvertKit, for sponsoring today's video. This was so fun. I want to know what questions you have about free newsletters, paid newsletters, email, whatever questions you have, drop them in the comments below. But that's all I have for you today. So make sure you hit that subscribe, follow button wherever you are watching this today. I want to hear from you. So like I said, put a comment below and let me know what's on your mind. Make sure you check out these other videos right here, all about ConvertKit and email marketing strategies. And as always, remember, keep it up. We all have to start somewhere.